Hi all, greetings from Purple Desk. We are here to teach you about a tool called Selenium. Selenium is a web application automation tool used for regression testing. Let us see what are all the topics we are going to cover in this session. We'll be speaking about overview, history of Selenium, how it was evolved, what are all the tools available in Selenium and its limitations. We have created a manual for people who are taking up this session. So if you see here, this is the manual which I was talking about. So a quick overview. Selenium was invented by Jason Huggins in the year 2004. He was actually testing an internal application at ThoughtWorks. He developed a JavaScript library to rerun all his tests, which he named as Selenium IDE. In 2006, a guy called Simon Stewart, an employee of Google, he was working in a project called Webdriver. Both Simon Stewart and Jason Huggins, they came up with an idea of combining this framework to support all the browsers. Let us see what are all the supporting languages, platforms, and browsers. In the supporting languages, to name, the first language would be Java, Python, .NET, PHP, Ruby, and Perl. So the most preferred language would be Java. A lot of people who are using Selenium, they use Selenium with Java. So supporting platforms, there are three different platforms supported by Selenium Web Driver. One would be Windows, one would be Linux, one would be macOS. So the most preferred platform would be Windows. Supporting browsers, there are a lot of browsers which are supported by Selenium. One is Firefox, Chrome, IE, Safari, and Opera. Apart from these browsers, it also supports native Android browser, native iOS browser. Purple Desk will be teaching you how to code Selenium WebDriver in Java in a platform Windows, and we will also be teaching you how to automate tests for Firefox, Chrome, and IE. We'll give an heads up on Opera, Safari, native Android browser, and iOS browser. So let us see the evolution of Selenium. So Selenium, when Jason Huggins created this JavaScript library, he named it as Selenium IDE. It was released as Selenium IDE in a Firefox plugin, which will only allow a person to record and play back what he has recorded. And it had a big limitation, which is the automation can only be done in Firefox. It was not supporting the other browsers. Then they came up with an advanced version of Selenium called Remote Control. So remote control is a server. When a person writes a script, the script interacts with Selenium Remote Control Server. Selenium Remote Control Server in turn interacts with the web page. So this is the logic of Selenium Remote Control. Even Selenium Remote Control had a lot of restrictions, limitations. To name a few, it was not able to handle pop-up. It was not able to handle alert boxes or multiple windows. It was neither able to handle Ajax calls. So Selenium WebDriver was a tool created by Jason Huggins and Simon Stewart. Selenium WebDriver overtook Selenium RC. Selenium WebDriver allows coding in multiple scripts, multiple browsers without a Selenium server. This in turn, the code directly speaks with the browser. So to talk about Selenium WebDriver in real time, a lot of MNCs have adapted as it is an open source and there are a lot of openings for Selenium. Probably in 2 years, all the companies might start recruiting only estates and there might be no space for manual testers. If you are a manual tester and if you want to learn automation, this is the right time. You are in the right place with the right people. Talking about Selenium Grid. So Selenium Grid is a server which allows writing of one test and running it parallelly in multiple browsers. To talk about Selenium Grid, it's a big topic which we'll be covering in going forward sessions. So to recap, we saw what was Selenium, history of Selenium, what is a Selenium IDE, RC, WebDriver and Grid, what are all the languages, platforms and browsers it supports, and the limitations. To talk about the limitations, Selenium does not support Windows application automation. That is the only limitation we have. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. If you really like us, please spare some time to like us in the Facebook.